Hello friends, I am Guna Madhivanan, Current Affairs Faculty at Offices IAS Academy. So as you know, I have started a Current Affairs hit list video series in which I am planning to cover one important topic every day, through which I am planning to cover 200 topics as a whole for your prelims 2021. So we have discussed about the MSP and we have discussed about Indian Ocean Commission in the previous videos. So today we will discuss about Financial Action Task Force, FATF. So what is this Financial Action Task Force? In 1989 July, G7, in 1989 July, G7, they came with this idea called as Financial Action Task Force. So first we will try to understand what is this G7 briefly, because this topic is dealing with FATF. But however, briefly we will see about this G7. So what is this G7? So G7 is a group of 7 countries: USA, UK, Canada, France, Germany, right, Italy, as well as Japan. Okay, 7 countries, right? Yes, we have 7 countries. So in 1975, this G7 was formed in response to some currency crisis. In 1970s, there was some currency crisis. In response to the currency crisis, this G7 grouping was formed. And you should know this G7 grouping, only 7 countries, right? But however, they hold almost 60% of global wealth. They hold almost 46% of global GDP. Right, 60% of global wealth is with these countries, and almost 46% of global GDP is coming from these 7 countries only. In 1998, okay, Russia also joined this grouping, and this grouping was called as G8. However, in 2014, Russia was removed from this grouping because Russia annexed Crimea. It annexed a region called as Crimea from its neighboring country Ukraine, right? So Russia annexed Crimea. So following the Russian annexation of Crimea, Russia was expelled from this G7. So Russia joined for a brief period. Now Russia is no more, it is just G7. Okay, so G7 in 1989, they formed something called as Financial Action Task Force. For what purpose? For combating money laundering. For combating money laundering, they started this task force. So what is money laundering? You may ask. Very simple. Converting illegal money into legal money. It's a process of converting illegal money into legal money. So because of this, the governments are facing a large amount of loss, right? So to combat money laundering, this task force was initially started. Then in 2001, the objective was further expanded to include combating terrorist financing. Then in 2012, the objective was further expanded to counter the financing of proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, right? So money is being spent for developing weapons of mass destruction. So financing should be cut for such, ventures. So initially it was for combating money laundering, then combating terrorist financing, then they also included countering the financing for the weapons of mass destruction. There are totally 37 plus 2 members. There are 37 plus 2 members, that is 37 countries including India. Then what are those 2 members? It is a grouping. So European Union, as well as you will find Gulf Cooperation Council. So GCC and EU are other 2 members. So totally 39 members. In terms of country, it is 37. As a total number of members, it is going to be 39. Right? Its secretariat is in OECD. So they don't have a separate office. They share the office of OECD secretariat itself. It is in Paris. Now, what is this OECD, sir? Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So OECD is a group of countries which are having a high human development index score, right? Highly developed countries which has a HDI score, I mean very high HDI score, those countries, they have formed a grouping called as Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Their secretariat, their office is in Paris. So that office is going to be the secretariat for this FATF as well, right? So this FATF will be meeting, the decision making body will be meeting 3 times in a year for taking decisions regarding these objectives. This FATF, it maintains two lists of countries, broadly I can say. One is grey list, another one is black list. So this FATF will be placing certain countries in grey list, certain countries in black list. Okay, which countries will be placed in grey list? Those countries which are willing to take efforts to combat terrorist financing, to combat money laundering, to curb the financing for the weapons of mass destruction. Some countries, they are interested, but their efforts are not sufficient. There are some deficiencies in those efforts. They are willing, but however, their efforts are not sufficient. There are some deficiencies in those efforts. Such countries will be placed in grey list. Blacklist, these countries are not doing enough to curb the loopholes. Rather, they are even supporting, they are actively supporting money laundering, they are actively funding the terrorist activities. There are some countries which are not taking any efforts to curb the loopholes, rather they are supporting terror funding, they are supporting money laundering activities, right? So those countries will be placed under this blacklist. 2 countries has been placed in blacklist, one is Iran, another one is North Korea. Okay, so Iran and North Korea are the countries which are placed in blacklist. If you take Pakistan, Pakistan is placed in grey list. Now, what is the consequence of being placed in grey list or even blacklist? What is the consequence? If a country is placed in grey list, the country will not be getting any big support from international financial institutions. Now, Pakistan is in grey list. If Pakistan wants to borrow money from World Bank, if they want to get money from other international financial institutions, they will not get easy support. They will not get easy support, right? Many countries may not be willing to trade with the countries which are placed in grey list, the countries which are placed in blacklist. If a country is in blacklist, then there will be serious sanctions. When a country is in grey list, it is something like a warning, right? Even if a country comes in grey list, they will not be getting many international supports. But however, a country placed in grey list, they can consider that placing as a warning, they can take efforts, they can come out of it. When a country is placed in blacklist, then there will be serious sanctions from various international institutions, organizations as well as countries. Now, why we are discussing about this? Because Pakistan is placed in 2019, it was placed in grey list. The Financial Action Task Force, it gave some timing to Pakistan that before February 2020, you have to take efforts to meet the international standards to curb money laundering, to curb terrorist financing, to curb financing the weapons of financing to the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. So you have to take efforts to meet the global standards. You have to curb, you have to stop, you have to plug all the loopholes which you find in your systems. Your deficiencies should be addressed. So FATF in 2019 it placed Pakistan in grey list, and it gave some time to Pakistan that Pakistan will give you time till February 2020, before which you have to take efforts, or else we will put you in blacklist. Warning was given. But however, because of COVID pandemic, the time period has been extended from Feb 2020, it has been extended till October 2020. Whether the FATF is satisfied with the efforts taken by Pakistan, we have to wait and watch, right? So based on our today's discussion, I have also asked one question. You find out the correct answer and give your answer in the comment section. I hope the video was useful. I hope the initiative is useful. So you can share your feedback in the comment section, right? So thank you. We will see you in next video. Thank you.